Everything I believe in, my life purpose, my entire system of values that I live by, it's all in response to this deep, deep worry that comes to mind and causes a disturbance in my busy life. It's the problem of unresolved suffering and like vulnerability. And I feel like it's twofold. The first part being my interactions, the way I touch things and the unintended consequences of that, it causes unknown amounts of pain. And we see this through supply chains. We see this through even just going out, like on a more philosophical level, even just stepping outside and stepping on bugs and stuff. Like you've heard of these things already. It's just these things do cause pain. And then of course, like even your small actions towards other people, it's like you don't know. Like obviously you can try to be a good person and play it safe, which is what I like to do. But you just don't know. You just don't know. You don't know how much you're going to accidentally hurt someone. There have been many, many people who have accidentally hurt me completely unknowingly, just with their lifestyles, like supporting factory farming, cruelty, just to name one of many examples. And this is why I always talk about how our actions, like the most insignificant of our actions, are actually not insignificant at all. I feel like that's the big first part of this vulnerability problem, this deep, dark problem. The second part, I believe, is that there are people in this world who are missing, who are lost, completely isolated, tortured physically in the most real sense. People who are stolen or kidnapped. Never knowing peace, or people who are having their stories ended in violence instead of peacefully leaving life, or just leaving life in an acceptable way. There's this unacceptable, unresolved suffering going on. And of course, we can think of children, we can think of just anybody. And it's very confusing, isn't it? It's very disturbing. Can you see how this would disturb me? Even if I do everything right in life, like everything, every last thing perfectly down, solidly done. All the socialization, everything for mental health, everything for physical health. This looms over me endlessly. And of course, it's a little bit stranger when you remember the fact that anybody who is suffering is like no more than a few thousand miles away from you. That doesn't make sense. That fact doesn't make sense, and yet somehow it's true. And somehow people still justify like feeling like nothing they do matters, right? Like it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. It's a complete injustice. Even the way that we as functional people, like with the capacity to live like not perfect lives, but like resolved lives in a way where like we can actually like live and choose what to do with our lives. We then justify like not caring about these deep, dark problems somehow. And maybe it isn't on everyone to like really put all their energy into solving these problems. But it is on some of us to do this. It's strange. It's strange. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that just a few thousand miles away from you, somebody's suffering incomprehensibly. in a way that is preventable and like you can rescue them. Not you, but like, this is why I really appreciate law enforcement. It's because they're the first kinds of people to respond to these kinds of tragedies. Anyway, it doesn't make sense. I hate it all. I hate it. I hate all of this. I hate like reading this. I hate everything. Like, I hate talking about this right now. You know? Because it doesn't make sense. It's like, at the very best, like, I'll get a comment and it's like, yeah, this fucking sucks. I experienced this too. What the actual fuck, right? And then what might happen is somebody would be like, assuming I get any views, somebody would be like, oh, well, can't solve every problem, can you? It's like, it's just tragic. It's tragic through and through. This is not happy. This is not a happy video. Nothing about this is good. And vulnerability. Vulnerability. It's like a test. It's like there's all these vulnerable beings in our world, like children and animals. And for some reason, like, we, the most irresponsible people ever, have the responsibility to care for this. I don't understand, right? So this vulnerability hurts me. I just want everyone to always have resolve and comfort, period. Like, everybody wants that too, so I'm not unique in saying that. I am so terrified, though, of not knowing what's happening in the dark corners of the world. I have, like, a quote that I've been saying. It's like, tell me about the bad. Like, I want to see the bad in everything. Because I already know about the good. Like, I know what's good and worth protecting in this life, pretty much. So, like, tell me about what threatens that, right? And, like, I don't care if it completely overwhelms me. I kind of want to be overwhelmed in a way. I want it to kill me, quite honestly. Like, I want to die from stress or, like, dare I say, like, leaving life, right? Dare I say that, right? Like, I want that to happen on a lot of levels, because then it could be like, at last, a small group of people would then be like, holy shit, like, this shit weighs on people, and like, holy shit, something needs to change. Maybe my passivity and neglectful behavior needs to change. Maybe, like, man, I want to cause change. That's what I want to do in this life. It's like, I want to cause change. And I've been very busy with, like, the day-to-day peaceful, fulfilling, beautiful life. And it is so beautiful and just, like, full of, like, community. Actually, there's a couple problems, right? Like, I can't connect with people. You know, I haven't been able to connect with people probably ever on a really, really meaningful level. I have one friend. Like, I have one person who is truly my friend. So there's problems with that. But it's like, the point is, like, I did everything right. I lived the perfect, ideal life that people claw their way towards, and then yet there's, like, still this shit. And it's like, what the fuck is the actual point of enjoying life? Obviously, the natural balance of this would be to enjoy my normal life, as well as having, like, time to work on, you know, like, I don't know, projects to rescue people from isolation, darkness, and kidnapping, like I'm talking about. Like, there's ways to do that. But still, even if I do that as well, it still just feels like a looming shadow. And like I said, it hurts me to the point of wanting to die, quite literally. Yeah, I find it strange and frustrating that people automatically discredit this worry. Like, the way people respond to the problem that I'm putting forth here is really kind of strange. They tell me to not care, like, it's out of your control, bro. And some people would even be mean be mean to me for having this worry. It's really strange. And even worse than that, I believe, is a group of people who would dismiss my worry here as mental illness. I can almost understand, but it's wrong, right? It's wrong. It's a very real worry to basically like have a perfect life before you. Not perfect, whatever. Like, whatever. Nobody's life is perfect. Like, even if you live in even if you get all of your dreams, like, you'll still be kind of sad because then you're afraid of losing it and everything, and then can't really connect with people, like I said, right? But having the perfect life, and then just this shit, I swear to God, dude. It's fucking insane. So, to somebody who would want to discredit, just immediately, automatically discredit my worry, like, I guess it's hard to find anything else to say except fuck you. Because how could you not be worried about this? To the point of just overwhelm, I guess. Like, I'm someone who, I don't have to focus on survival. Like, I do sometimes, but I thrive. I live in the modern world, in a modern country, with some prosperity there. Like, and I also have excellent health. So I don't have to worry about personal survival. So what then am I supposed to worry about? Well, I call it the deep dark problem, is this shit. It's like a cosmic threat. I have an entire map of the war against exploitation in our world. There's a couple different segments. There's different battlefields, right, that we face when we fight injustice in our world. And half of them are oriented downwards towards just the practical reality of the earth, and then half are sort of, I think of as pointed upwards towards purpose and grandiosity, which I tend to have a bit of an interest in feeling grandiose feelings and thinking very grandiosely about things, of course. How can you not, right? But basically, I feel like on the purposeful local side of things, so this is like a local community, we have to lead by example as a community. But then below that, on a more practical side of like the local side of things, is the primal battlefield of like one's own mind and body. This is just the justifications that you face in your day-to-day life, right? Like fucking just survival, basically human survival, human greed, and just all that bullshit. But then moving over to the cultural side of things, the societal war against exploitation and injustice. On the practical side of that, we have supply chains and like universal norms and stuff. And it's like when you buy something here, it's like supporting a slave plantation. And what's the fucking country? I swear to God, Ghana. I don't fucking know, and I don't care. Right? I don't care. I just want to be conscious of these things. And I say I don't care, but I do actually avoid, like, I avoid sugar unless it's like explicitly grown in the United States, right? Like, so there's that like whole boring side of shit. There's like factory farming, all that dumb shit, right? That is miserable. It's miserable. Like, it can be meaningful if you live a life like mine, but for the average person, it's just miserable bullshit that you have to consider while you're already trying to like feed a family and shit. So it's like, fuck you. I almost want to say fuck you to the people who have decided who have been comfortable enough with life to where they have a kid and like they're just so busy they can't focus on anything else that matters. It's like, this is why I think of myself as a student of hope. It's like I'm not anything in particular. I'm not an electrician. I didn't go to college or any bullshit. I'm just a student of hope. I hope to eventually learn a single fucking thing about one fucking thing one day. about the world, about how to end injustice. But anyway, we have those 3 battlefields that I've sort of talked about. But the final one is the one that I wanted to tell you about, which is what this video is about, is the divided and grand scale of abuse. This is the grandiose, purpose-oriented side of things. This is where things like anti-natalist values come into play, right? You know, it's like, this is when people glance up at the stars and they're like, holy shit, the whole entirety of Earth and creation is groaning for God to save us from these problems. That's what I do every night, is I basically look up at the entire universe and I'm just like, come down. Like, we need help. So it's a very grandiose thought. It's like, there's a divided and grand, huge scale of just injustice, and then there's like unknown evil facing the world. And I hate it. This video is hilarious because nobody will watch it, I don't think. I mean, nobody will watch it fully. And if they do, it might just like depress them or something. I don't know. But yeah, people discredit this worry. And unfortunately for them, the worry may be all too real. Which I believe is evident by the complexities of life. I mean, we have a complex world. You can imagine any business, any market for anything, and it exists, period, roughly, right? Like, you know, not saying it's legal or widespread, I'm just saying, like, something exists for the most confusing of actions. And I learned this at an age that was too young to learn this, especially when there's adults everywhere around me my entire life who just never learned this once. It's very strange, right? It's one of many things that contributes to this stupid fucking feeling that, like, I'm somehow, like, smarter than people around me. Like, I don't want that to be true, but, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, half the time it just feels like everybody around me is a complete fucking ignorant piece of shit who just, like, really just mainly just kind of cares about, like, their own little survival in their own little world instead of, like, these grandiose, like, anti-natalist values, like, don't have children. But with the internet, I was able to see, unfortunately, evidence of the worst possible things. And other people haven't seen it, so it's like a little burden they get to carry. Nice little demon that I get to carry around with me. So I know for a fact that there's unresolved suffering. I know it, because I've seen it. This is incredibly difficult. Wow. I was actually expecting to just, like, blow through the video in, like, somewhat of a enthusiastic way, but, like, no, this one's different. Wow. Hang on. I can't do this. I can't do this. I actually can't do this. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Like, there are children who were my age during that era who were like we were becoming familiar so easily with no restrictions whatsoever. We were just becoming familiar with the hell that has gone on in our world, the hell on earth. And somehow we're still comfortable having children. Like, do you see? Like with my videos, usually what I do is I try to just correct my brain such that I can enthusiastically talk about maybe my values or, like, a couple more practical things, and then I could just, like, blow through it and be done with the video. Which is great. All of those things are important too. But this is disturbing. When I say that this disturbs my busy American life, full of busyness and activity and beauty, it really does. It throws me off. It has me fantasizing about dying. This is real. This is insane. Like, there is the worst possible suffering in life. And then it like hurts more people. And it's like anybody at this point, if anybody has watched this video, there is no excuse anymore. Every last action matters. Every last action matters. To think otherwise is just simply false, as has been evident. I don't understand though. There's a business for anything. Imagine something terrible but physically possible within like the laws of physics, and then like there could very well be a business for it. One of the problems that I see is the denial of this fact, where it's like, no, that's too evil. We've seen this with obviously like the most popular evil guy right now. His name starts with an E. We all know him, right? But like, I don't need to repeat the name or anything. Who's related to the president and everything, but that's a great example where it's like, no, that's too evil is what we would think at first. But then it's like, and by the way, none of, like, I'm going to humble you really quick. Like, none of us actually know what the fuck happened. Like, none of us know what the fuck happened. Like, come on. Right? Like, we don't know the specific things. We can't decipher those emails just in like 12 little seconds, like with our little superior intuition. Like, you don't have that. Like, it's going to take you a long ass time to learn. This is why I call myself a student of hope. It's to hope to know a goddamn thing about fucking anything one day. It feels good. It feels good to humble somebody right now, because I know so many people are like, oh yeah, it was, wow, I can't believe they actually did that. I knew that they were doing that. And it's all the Democrats' fault. And it's all the Democrats' fault, and the Democrats allowed this, and the absolute truth of the world is that Yahweh is in a spaceship, and Yahweh will come to the world, and will throw Epstein into a boiling pot of... You don't know fucking shit. You don't know a goddamn fucking thing about anything. You think you know shit, and it's so funny. I don't even know. I don't fucking know anything. I don't fucking know shit. I can't, like... Like, I can't interact with kids without thinking about, like, the horror that could happen. And without thinking, like there's the horror that's going to happen. Not the horror, but like the passive neglect. So every child will experience some degree of passive neglect, which is enough of a terrorizing thought for me. But then there's like that small chance that like the light of the world, the happiest little child you could think of, will be stolen from life. And so let's think about solutions for one quick second, right? 1 quick second. Let's think about the solutions. Trust me, I'm on board with you too. I want there to be something to be fucking done about this, right? Right? So I'm on board with you. I want to get through the problems first, right? And then I'm going to be on board with you. I know what you want right now is you want something to be fucking done. So let's think about something that will be done. To me, because of this evil that I have seen, as evident, as factual, as evident, remember, evident. Now, I don't know all the details. I don't know how big organ trafficking is. I don't know how big whatever I told you to imagine earlier, that industry, I don't know how big it is, and there is a small chance it just doesn't exist, right? There's a small chance. But again, I don't know the scale. I don't know. I don't know everything. Here's the hope. Let's get to it right now with this next sentence, right? Come on, right? So, everything from this point of hell, not hell everywhere, but hell that is somewhere, from this point, anything that we do as a society and as a community and as an individual and as a people, as an ethnos, when we design our value systems, when we design our systems in our world, and if we have the capacity to share our gifts with the world, our talents, it must, all of those things, they must be in service to solving this problem. And that is the hope. That is the hope. That is the beginning of it. That's the beginning of the conversation. And this is what I firmly believe with all of my heart. And this is what I fucking talk about all the time. And this is all I truly care about, is this. Again, I've lived the perfect life that people would claw through who would dig a hole through like a stone wall to reach. I have lived that life. And I am still threatened by hell. Because of my sensibility, the way I look at the world, I notice these things. If you have the capacity to notice and recognize and act against these things, you must. So back to the script. It may be all real. It may be real, unfortunately. So, and I certainly fucking care about this. And I hereby reserve the right to let it affect me and ruin my life for a while, if need be. Because what other life purpose is greater than fighting something this terrifying? That sentence I just shared, that is the second part. That, you see how the hope is, it's spiraling, like it's getting stronger. Hold on a minute, hold on. I need to repeat that. What the actual fuck? That was amazing. I reserve the right to let this affect me and ruin my life to the point of suicidality, because what other life purpose is worth fighting for? Like, what other ideal should we imprint into our brain other than this? And to then make decisions from that point, especially if you like share some of my convictions and some of my sensibility. It's so terrifying. It's comically terrifying. It's actually comically terrifying to imagine like trafficking little children. Organized and extreme abuse. Like ritual abuse. Like the worst things possible. This is actually, wow, it's actually kind of empowering in the face of hell. And it was this point in the script when I was writing it and as I'm saying it now where it's like, is there something there? Is there something in the universe that's like helping us? Right? Basically what I'm asking is like, was that last sentence was the last 5 minutes of this video like a gentle whisper from God? Is what I'm asking. Is that like a sacred, like, and so excluding all the bullshit and all the fucking noise for just a moment, excluding all of it, every last piece of criticism you could hear from somebody, every last injustice, are we being, excluding everything, every last piece of shit, every horrible person, every bit of trauma, I know, set it aside for 1 second, every last bit of trauma that you have ever experienced in your life, everything wrong that you have done in your life, despite all of it, are we being called in the darkness? Are we being called in the darkness? What is this? Because I wrote down hell. I wrote, like, my description of hell is like the problem of vulnerability and unresolved suffering. Hell. Like the most vulnerable among us, suffering the most among us. And then and then remember earlier in the video, I hinted at it, right? I hinted at something hopeful. I said, what I said was, I said it's a test. I said like, are we being tested? Like I asked you in this video, I said, are we being tested? Maybe it is a test. Obviously, that's a frustrating fucking thing to think about at first, but you could see how it might be a little bit fulfilling. Like, again, a sacred calling. A sacred calling. Fuck all the noise. Fuck all the tight grip that you have on your own reality where it's like you don't want to believe in anything too magical. Fuck that. Break that grip for just a second. What if there's a sacred calling in this world and it's horrifying and beautiful in the most extremes? That's how it is for me. Obviously. Continuing with the script. I face demons boldly and proclaim that I am stronger. As I find more clarity with this thought, infrastructure is what we can do to end this great injustice. I'm moving more towards solutions now, I guess. People with capacities and gifts, and therefore a responsibility to use those to end injustice, those people coming together to design physical, technological systems to ensure justice and balance. Think of law enforcement, think of ICAC task force, think of any project, any piece of structure, anything. This is why, like, I was about to make a video sort of defending Flock security cameras, is because, like, if it's going to stop trafficking, like, it needs to be put into place in a way that respects privacy, but also, like, can provide a crucial piece of, like, technology against trafficking. I even listened to an interview between someone from Flock and National Center on Missing and Exploited Children. So I was going to make, like, a controversial video defending Flock security cameras. Anyway, of course, social, mental, and divine infrastructure of morality, those matter too, in addition to those physical. Again, I talked about that map, like the model that I have to, like, understand the different battlefields, the different aspects of things. So this more spiritual side of, like, spiritual in quotes, right? Like moral and, like, mental infrastructure, that matters too. My work matters. Oh my God, my work matters. My ground up approach, my student of hope approach, it matters. Hell, even just talking about this deep concern matters. Like, this is important. This is important. I'm about to go do something practical, tangible, and real for my community here in a minute. But for now, I'm like, this is what matters to me too. Like, talking about this deep shit. If I don't get this out, I'm going to be completely frustrated and, like, while doing the normal thing, you know, the normal life thing, which is beautiful. Again, that's the problem, is it's beautiful. It's just, I'm threatened. My peace is threatened. What I will do, in addition to all of my work and efforts and purpose, I'm thinking about this, right? I've been trying to figure out this, have it in my mind. I'd like to wear a bracelet. It could be white with blue, maybe ocean colors to represent wholeness, or maybe black representing death. Death as like a stain on perfect white, which would symbolically represent the entirety of everything I've been talking about here. And the text, that black or blue text, would say IWLFY. I will look for you. I will look for you. It's from a song. No other context is needed other than like the emotional weight of the music of the song itself, like the instruments and the delivery of the line. But yeah, I mean, I will look for you. I will look for you. If you're missing in this world, I will look for you. That's the most beautiful proclamation that I've felt recently in my life ever, probably. I will look for you. How does that sound to you? What does that sound like to you? I need to know. If there's anybody watching this, I need to know. I will look for you. This is real. People need us to rescue them. People with capacity. This is the healthy distribution of needs and skills and sensibilities across the world. Is the powerful, us, being able to find and look for the powerless. Whoever they may be, there's at least a few of them in the world. Realistically, there's a lot. But if nothing else, there's a few. We all need each other. Wow. Such a nightmarish idea coming together so almost perfectly. It's strange, isn't it? It's almost as if like God wants us to know something here. So anyway, the bracelet. It can also be used to dim a flashlight when I'm outside. And anybody could share this ritual with me. I'd love to talk about it and share it with you. Dim our flashlight, wrap around our flashlight to see the Milky Way. To see the Milky Way. I need to take a break, right? Because you don't know what I meant by that. Because not everybody knows about the problem of light pollution. Basically, photons going into the atmosphere from artificial lighting obstruct our view of the stars, and therefore less light created by men is equivalent to more stars visible. There you go. The Milky Way, another grand symbol of wholeness, the universe itself. To see a literal holy light, a bigger picture, the bigger picture of life, and of course seeing that in the darkness. If that's not the most meaningful symbolic shit you've ever heard, as like that's our shared ritual. That's our new shared ritual I'm going to try to institute into the world somehow. And if you want to share that, I would love to share that with you. Of course, all of these things, every last detail of my life would be better shared with people who understand the great need here. So what do you think? That's the shared ritual. I will look for you. I would love to make this. It's doable. I should do that. Been facing some of these nightmares in life recently, so I'm like trying to. This is amazing. I'm also thinking like I can donate a tiny bit of money, even though I don't earn money in the same way that other people do. So it's almost like I have an excuse to not like donate to organizations. Like maybe I should put my energy on elsewhere. And like, but then again, it's like I need to talk to myself and actually reason with myself here. It's like my life purpose is this. So what I should do is I should donate some of the money I have, as long as it doesn't threaten like my absolute survival or whatever. Regardless of how many excuses I want to make, I can donate some more money to an organization that provides the infrastructure that I spoke about. Think of OMCT or Lantern Rescue Foundation or NCMEC. Any of these organizations, IWF, ICAC, any of these. Even though I don't earn money in the same way other people do, it's still crucial to avoid justifications for inaction. You know, I could also but I can also do the other aspect of it where it's like, I don't know, weaponizing social shame effectively to convince a billionaire to actually do this. That would be infinitely more impactful in terms of tangible solutions going forward into the world. But still, it's an act of protest to be like, hey, I'm giving my every last inch of life to the great shared work of our society, which is helping the most vulnerable people among us. Like, I'm really trying to go the extra mile here. Like, look at me and be inspired by me. Like, that's what I want my life to be. Do you see? Especially if I have the capacity. Like, oh man. So to start wearing that bracelet, to earn it in a way where it's like, where we're translating the divine, beautiful concepts of life to practical action, mixing them in the most perfect way possible to create real change. I can then start wearing that bracelet as a ritual, and therefore feel better about my own life, like feel more empowered, feel more beautiful about life. After I maybe donate or something, right? Or like, I don't know, donate monthly or something, right? It's like, and I know you're not supposed Christianity teaches us not to be like too upfront about like all the good deeds you do in the world. Like, keep it on the DL so as not to like basically don't get in the habit of trading pride for creating change, right? Like, change is above pride, but both matter. At the end of the day, both are natural and both need to be understood. And like I said, like social shame, like status should be correspondent. Everybody believes this. Everybody has said this ever, but like status should be correspondent to impact and like virtue. So from this absolute nightmare, oh my God, holy shit, unreal. From this absolute nightmare, I can find a deep purpose. Wait, what? Jesus, holy shit. Look, I'm not saying life should always have deep nightmare problems to give our lives meaning. In fact, fuck that, right? I would be much happier to find some other life purpose, like making arts and crafts, designing gardens. There's so much shit I'm interested in. It's fucking unreal. Like, I have billions of potential interests, right? I would love to focus on any of those rather than this shit. Like, trust me, right? So I'm not like justifying the existence of suffering. Like, fuck that shit. When suffering ends, like, I'll be celebrating. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm out of purpose. Like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and like, yeah, like when this shit at last ends, I will be designing gardens. Like, maybe not even that. Like, I'll just be doing the most fun shit imaginable. Like, I'm very spirited. I'm very adventurous. I restrain myself from a lot of the pleasures of life. Not all of them, right? I want to achieve purity. Like, one of my values and goals is actually purity, like in like a more real sense than what is commonly accepted, which I'll also face criticism for. But like, I'm looking for purity. Like, I'm looking for like this nightmare will end. Like, and like, I restrain myself from causing harm unintentionally. As we've looked at the map of exploitation and injustice in our world, it's all connected. All of it's connected. Oh my goodness, I was able to link the little links together coherently, semi-coherently. It's coherent to me, at least. Amazing. And then every time I do get a video, it's like, every time I do get a comment on the video, it's like, it's someone who understood my language. They understood me talking. Holy shit. Fuck yeah. Let's go. So there's a good chance I can communicate this to people. And there's a good chance this video will reach somebody and will actually mean something. But I can walk around with genuine enthusiasm about life despite this tyranny. Sometimes. and with it perpetually threatening my peace. Oh my goodness, how though? How can I do that? This may be the most exciting thing ever, despite the hell of it. It's really weird, isn't it? It's like, this is my life purpose. My purpose, right? My actual purpose, to share that fire with talented and gifted people whose conviction is open to this, to rally and inspire a culture and a sort of infrastructure against the injustice of our time. I have lived, again, I said this earlier, but I have lived a life of fulfillment that so many could only ever even dream for. That beautiful village with your friends type of life, with a best friend, everything, right? Basically everything. And yet I still found myself wanting to just throw it all away. Just to make sure that this deep, dark problem is being solved in like a radical way. And it's like, I envision myself, like, I know it's like a sad topic and like trigger warning and everything. I envision myself dying in like a heroic way, I guess. Like suicide. Not hurting anybody, just hurting myself, right? Like I envision these things. So I would like to ensure that this revolution or something is started. I would like to ensure that it happens, or die trying. I want this problem to be solved, this deep, dark problem. Sometimes it feels like that's all I truly want in life. But nonetheless, quote, "He has hoisted out of the mire every child. So lift your voice with timbrel and lyre. We will abide. We will abide. He has hoisted out of the mire every child." Daily, I repeat myself this. He has hoisted out of the mire every child. I will look for you. I will look for you. Let the ransomed be free as the revel meets the day. I will look for you. Quote, "He has hoisted out of the mire every child."